Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mr. Nobody channel. And I mean nobody. My opinion isn't worth 2 cents. But I want to talk to you today about this Bad Bunny in the NFL. I had a really bad opinion of him, and I wasn't going to really say nothing. But today they're talking about the words that he said in Spanish. They were so bad I can't even repeat them here, or my video will be taken down. What was the NFL thinking? Who really running the NFL? Seems like a bunch of young kids or somebody. I don't know. But anyway, Roger Goodell, he's supposed to be a smart guy. I don't know about that because of what this guy did. He's Mr. Nobody's. He told everybody 4 months ago that if you want to like his show, you had to learn how to speak Spanish. Now I'm a senior citizen. I was born 1959. I'm sorry. I'm not about to learn Spanish to watch a 10-minute show on halftime, even though it's a big deal to a lot of people. But to me, it's nothing. I used to love football. I don't understand how they could like this guy. He looks and talks like disgusting. The NFL used to be an upright organization. The NFL forgot who made the NFL. It's the people. You know, when the NFL started, the games were free. People will go sit in the stands just to watch their teams. Back when Dick Butkus and Roger Staubach and Johnny Unitas, Terry Bradshaw played football, those guys were tough. And they didn't make a bunch of money every year. Some of them had to work part-time jobs when they weren't playing football. So they would not have put up with that back in the day in the 70s. There's no way this guy could have got out there and said the words. You couldn't even say a bad word on TV, let alone on a halftime show. Now, I don't know. I'm not political, and I don't really care. You know, like I said, Bad Bunny wanted to sing. Well, I'm listening to Italian music, Spanish music. I didn't always know the words, but you know, if the beat's okay and it's nice music, I got no problem with it. But trying to tell everybody they had to learn Spanish, and he said that he don't want to have concerts in the U.S. because he's afraid his fans would get arrested by ICE. And he doesn't like ICE, and he don't like the way the U.S. is ran. Well, he's a U.S. citizen. And I'm thinking, if he don't mind the illegal aliens or illegal immigrants are here, that's his ideal. But that doesn't agree to me and most of the seniors in the world. We see these people coming across. They get money, they get food stamps, they get luxury hotels to stay in. And you know who pays that? The taxpayer. Even old, we all pay taxes. So I don't want to hear the NFL didn't know what they were doing. These guys are supposed to be highly educated. The football players, they showed a show, and they were asking the football players what was their favorite Bad Bunny song. Most of them said, I don't even know who Bad Bunny is. So I guess I'm not too far from unhip because those guys in the 30s or 20s and 30s are playing football. Football's a rough sport. I played it when I was a kid. I broke my arm playing in the yard football, and I broke my leg playing junior high football. The NFL gets all us kids to play football and look up and want to be a football player. So they get us to go out there and play so we can play and weed out who's the greatest players. By the time they get to college, they know who the greatest players are. And they get to pick those few people and make them rich. And that's fine with me. The people that get hurt during the younger days and in their school, we don't get anything from the NFL. They don't even take care of their own players. I saw few years back when they were having all this concussion problems. People are killing people from having bad concussions. I've had my share of concussions also, so I can understand that. But you know, Johnny Unitas was one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and I love Roger Staubach and Terry Bradshaw and Bob Greasy. There's many of them. There are many, and Dick Butkus. He was one of the meanest, toughest old men you ever met. And but Johnny Unitas, he tried to claim a disability from the NFL because his fingers they were broken and they were smashed and they were crooked, and he wanted to get disability. You know what the NFL told him? No. How is that possible? They make billions of dollars a year, and they can't help an old player out, especially he was a star. He made people go to the games. Used to, back when I was young, football games were affordable. A regular person could go to a football game. A senior citizen right now, we're worried about paying our electric bill, our water bill, getting our medicine, and hoping we have enough food to eat on the table. If we try to go to a football game or even a high school football game, we couldn't afford a ticket. We couldn't even afford to go to the concession stand. So I don't understand how the NFL treats the fans like they're treating us. Like we got to do we got to put up with whatever they do. Now me, I don't care. I don't watch the NFL anymore. I lost interest now. Once in a while I watch old highlights on the TV, and I still love the game. But these guys that play nowadays, they get paid big money, and they get a little scratch, they're hurt, and they on break. You know, I grew up in my day. If you got hurt, your parents, if they clean your scratch or your cuts or your bruises up, you were lucky. As soon as they got done, they take you back outside and play, and don't come back inside till dark. If you want to drink water, you have to drink it out of the water hose. So I heard some kids asking people about drinking out of the water hose, acting like that was gross. Hey, that's how it was back then. We didn't have no timeouts, or we had no rights. We had no 1-800 child abuse numbers. Man, we were brought up in a rough time. You had to take care of yourself. We had to be, we had to think fast. We had to do things so we wouldn't get in trouble. Because my parents, or my father, I stayed with my father because my parents got divorced. He told the neighbors that if I did anything wrong, they had permission to beat me. That's how it was back then. You know, nobody tells the parents don't tell anybody that nowadays. So when the NFL hired this Bad Bunny, I still don't know what they were thinking. They sure weren't thinking about the fans. And I know it's a distraction between Bad Bunny and Epstein. I want to hear some good news. I want to hear they're going to help the seniors or the veterans on the street, sleeping on the street, the homeless people. I want them to help do some good. The NFL's got plenty of money. Why aren't they helping the poor people? The people that made the NFL. The NFL would be nothing without the people. Yeah, their players are important, but if people don't spend money, their players won't get paid. So they need the fans as much as they need the players. And that's just my thought on it. I'd like to know what your thought is. So if you could give me a like and a comment and let me know what you think. Am I the only crazy old man out there? Or do others think like I do, that the world has changed? I mean, nowadays they don't even know who's a man or a woman. I never thought I'd see the day we couldn't tell that. And now we got a Bad Bunny singing such dirty lyrics to, even if it's in Spanish. What about the Spanish kids? They should be offended. Their parents should be offended if he was talking as bad as he was talking. All right, guys, that's enough. I'm in so much pain, and it's just bothered me. Every minute it's about Bad Bunny or Epstein for the last 2 weeks. I think we got bigger problems to tackle. Let's try and find out some solutions for America, the people. Not start wars, not spend money on illegal immigrants that come here. I feel sorry for them. My father came from Italy, but they came the right way. They come on a. They had to go through the process. They had to take whatever they do the test. They had to speak English. My father, I asked him to teach us Italian when I was young. And he told me, "Son, you live in the greatest country in the world. English is all you got to know how to talk." So he never taught me Italian. I regret that I didn't push him harder on it. But anyway, like I said, we grew up in a time when it wasn't easy. We were taught to think on the go. We rode bicycles. We didn't have no helmets. We didn't have no knee pads. We didn't have no elbow pads. We just had to go out and fend for ourselves. Anyway, times have changed, and that's how it is. And I understand that, but I don't like the changes we're going through. Let me know in the comment what you think. Do you think we're going in the right direction? Do you think the NFL did the right thing to the fans? And what do you think about Bad Bunny? You want my opinion? I ain't thinking too high on him. Sorry, but that's my opinion. Probably gonna get a lot of hate for that, but bring it on. I'm old and I don't really give a damn. All right, thank you. Have a great day, and let me know what you think. Give me a like, give me a comment. Just give me a comment. I really like to know what others think. And if you're in pain, tell me about it. Because I'm in so much pain, I don't want to hear bad news. I want to hear they're going to help us. That's all I got to say. Thank you.